Hi there. I have been asked to do a tour of my Intex Excursion 5 raft, which is a cheap little raft that you can buy on Amazon for like $110 or something like that. You pay another $25 and you get a motor mount for the trolling motor, so $140, $150 I think for everything. I've seen them higher than that, but if you watch for the sales, you can get it really cheap. So I'll give you a tour of what I've done. So let me go back and give you a wide angle view first. That's what it looks like right now. So out of the box you get just the raft. You get some inflatable seats that go one on this end, one on this end, and another one in the middle. And I also paid the extra 20 or 30 bucks or whatever and got this motor mount. So that's what you get stock. So the first thing I did was add a plywood floor here. It's about 1/2 inch plywood. I just bought a 4x8 sheet and covered it with indoor-outdoor carpet, which is like 5 something a foot for a 12-foot length. So I bought enough to cover the plywood floor around the corners of it. This is foam insulation, which is or pipe insulation, which is this stuff. So I put that all the way around, stapled it to the edges of the raft or of the plywood, and glued the entire top of it, wrapped it around. Yeah, and then used a staple gun to attach it all the way around, from front to back, side to side. You can see in the front it doesn't quite go all the way up to the front. That hasn't been a problem for me. I did a one-piece floor just because it's more stable. I've seen people do 2- and 3-piece floors, but I had room to store a full-size one, so that's what I went with. In the back you can see it goes all the way to the back of it. Then I made 3 boxes for seats and storage. So here's the first one. Just have random things in here right now. Actually, I had a couple other seats in there. Anyway, you can see what goes in there. I put a lock on each one, like that. I put cup holders on each one. Got these from Walmart for like $4 a piece. They extend out. You can make them bigger. Close them up. So I got 2 there and 2 on the back box. The center box is probably bigger than most people would want. I built mine to be big enough for this old styrofoam cooler that I have, and a battery, the marine battery that I bought, which is massive. The thing weighs like 125 pounds. So there it is. It's massive. It's a deep cell battery. It's for commercial use. I thought when I found it on Craigslist it was a smaller one, but it was like a $300 and some battery that the guy wanted like $100 for it. So since I agreed to buy it ahead of time, I just bought it, and kind of wish I would have gotten a smaller one, but it does the job. And then the third box, two cup holders, and it keeps my life jackets. A little more storage. And I'll show you what I've got going on with the steering here in a minute. What else? Yeah, I've got little ropes to keep the lids from popping off. Then I have tied into the battery, I've got this voltmeter. It tells me on this 12-volt battery, it actually goes to like 13.2 or something. So I've got that tied into the battery. I've got this 12-volt outlet for like an air pump or whatever else you want to plug into that. And then this one here does 1 amp and 2.1 amps of USB chargers, and that just stays plugged in all the time. It doesn't drain the battery at all, or if it does, it's very minimal. So here's what I've got on the inside. I've got this little fuse box, which I really don't have anything connected right now, other than I've got wires going to the USB outlets and the 12-volt outlet, and fuses in there. I put like a, I don't know, 10 and 20 amp fuse in there, but I'm sure they can be adjusted smaller. The wiring was kind of tricky because this fuse box, which I got on Amazon for just a few bucks, only has one wire going in, which is for the positive feed. And then each outlet has a positive outlet. But these things have a positive and a negative. So I ran a negative wire from here and just kind of daisy chained all these, or grouped all these together, so it's all just one negative connection right there, and it works. I don't think that would be a problem, but anyway. And then this one for the 12-volt or for the voltage meter, I just ran straight to the positive and negative terminals of the battery, so there's no interruption. It tells me exactly how much voltage is going to the battery, or is in the battery. What else? I'll show you the steering. So I have this 55-pound Kota trolling motor, which I think normally sells for $250, $300. I found it on Craigslist for $80. A guy, I was lucky enough, a guy bought a boat and didn't need the motor, so I grabbed it really fast. I got these seats from Walmart. They were like 20-some bucks a piece. They fold up, and they're on swivels. I don't know if you can't really see the swivels under there, but yeah, the swivels are just a few dollars, like $6 at Walmart. Alright, so then the steering, I didn't want to, it's kind of a hassle to sit in the seat and turn around. So when someone's sitting up at the front of the boat and you're sitting back here trying to steer the thing, it's just kind of annoying to have to turn your back on the people that you're hanging out with. So I made this steering system. I'll show you what it does first of all. So here's the wheel. Bought this wheel Harbor Freight for like $7. I'll show you here. If you turn the wheel forward like this, or backwards like this, I'll show you what it does. So that's forward. It spins the motor. Backwards, it turns it the other way. And all that is, I won't go into details because I have another video about that, but all it is just a couple cables that run out the box. Back here, I tie it into this bolt, and it pulls the motor back and forth. There's another video about how I did that if you want to check it out. The stock motor mount came with short aluminum posts that go right here, and I noticed that the 55-pound motor is a little too heavy for it, and it kind of pulled the back of the raft down a little too low into the water. So I saw another guy who put these longer electrical conduit tubes all the way up to the side hole where the oars would go, and it totally takes away the pull on the weight of the motor. What else? Over here I have since my battery's all the way up in that middle box, this cable for the motor wasn't long enough, so I spliced an extra wire in here, and anyway, that it feeds all the way up into this box. Then the first couple times I took it out, it was a hassle to take everything apart, move it into my truck, unload it at the at the lake where I go to, just up the road from my house. Put everything together, then you go out on the lake, and then when you get back off the lake, you have to do it all over again. So I decided that a trailer would definitely be the best way to go. I'll just leave it up all summer. And since the whole purpose of this boat was to make it storable, you can see I only have a one-car garage, so I wanted to be able to put everything away. When I'm done with it for the summer, the boat actually deflates and fits in this box. The whole thing rolls up, you suck all the air out, and it fits into that box. And then this box fits inside of this one. And I didn't make bottoms for the boxes. I just left them hollow, and then they stick with you see Velcro down here, and they do not move at all. The Velcro really holds strongly to the indoor-outdoor carpet. Anyway, I went to Harbor Freight and got a cheap trailer that it folds up. It's a 4x8 trailer. When I'm done with it, the same thing. I want to be able to store it away in my limited amount of space, so I went with the folding trailer. And I added under here, see, it comes with those brackets to put 2x4s in. 2x4 is actually a little bit too big. I used treated lumber, so I had to trim it down just a tiny bit. I shaved off like 1/4 of an inch. And then I put boards going across from one side to the other. I made it, I think, 59 inches wide. So I put one here, one there, and another one all the way back at the end, because that's just where the brackets fit. And then the one at the front was just wide enough to cover the front of the boat. So I put a board across there, and then these boards are 1x6s. I bought 12-foot 1x6s and carpeted them with the same stuff that I put on the inside of the boat and covered the box seats with. And those go front to back, and I just kind of trim them around so they fit the shape of the boat a little bit better. And I added these extra ones here just so there wasn't a gap between the front boards. I didn't do that in the back, didn't think it was necessary. But you can see on the back, I put little reflectors on the corners because the turn signals and the brake lights are up farther. So this board stops right here, and then the other one's up a little bit further. Same thing on the opposite side. First time I took the trailer out, so I used those green tie-down straps I just kind of went from the base of the trailer. There's some holes here, and I wrapped it around from one side to the other and cranked it down. But the first time I took it out, I realized I couldn't see the end of the trailer because it was too low. So as I was backing it up to the boat ramp, I had no idea where I was going. So I put these things on, and they just attach with wing nuts here. So when I get to the boat ramp, I just unscrew one of these wing nuts, pull this one screw out, lay this down flat, and then pull the boat or pull back the trailer into the water, and the boat goes right off. And then when I'm ready to put the boat back on, I just flip those pipes back up, those PVC tubes back up, and it's easier to see what's going on. And then I just put this string going from one side to the other so they don't wiggle around too much. You can see I put hinges on each of the lids. Obviously, I bought these fenders, which the dock I go to at the boat ramp is made of wood. I haven't tied them on yet, but I'm just going to put like some hooks here and then tie that on, so then they can just kind of hang over the edge of the boat when I get to the ramp. This was tricky. So the way I made this, I went to Lowe's and found this L bracket with a whole bunch of holes in it. It was like $10. And I matched it up. I had to actually drill these holes a little bit bigger. It didn't quite fit. So anyway, you can see it matches up. It goes from this hole, which is part of the trailer, over to this hole, which is part of the trailer, and that goes across. And then I screwed in this treated 2x4 into that one, and then did the same thing up here. So I cut it so it fits into this hole, fits into this hole, added another treated 2x4, and then I made a 2x4 stretch from one to the other. And then this is just a whole bunch of 2x4s stacked up on top of each other. And the winch is from Harbor Freight. A coupon, I think it was like 19 bucks or something like that. Yeah, that's it. You just crank it up. So I didn't want to put too much pressure on this one, so I have a rope going through to over here, and I blocked it off with a little PVC piece. So the pull from the winch cable is split between this one and that one and the one up front, so it doesn't all pull on one section of the boat at one time, or the raft. I know it's not really a boat, but in my mind it is. What else? I think that's it. Yeah, that's everything I've done so far. My next project is going to be to make a canopy, which I think I'm just going to do simply by taking these are rod holders, which I can find something else to use for a rod holder, but I think I can just put this same size pipe right here, and it fits. Yeah, here's a chunk of it, and it fits perfectly in those holes. So I think I can just do that with all four of them. Yeah, and take it up, like, I don't know, however many feet, 5 feet, 6 feet, or whatever. I'm a little over 6 feet tall, so maybe I'll make it so I can stand straight up. And then stretch a tarp from like post to post, front to back. I guess that'll work. And I think that is everything. Yeah, that's it. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment and I'll tell you what I know. I'm just kind of making this up as I go. So yeah, that's the whole thing. I'll give you one last look at the back. There you go. I hope it helps. Questions, let me know. Yeah, that's it. Bye.